Hey guys, I want to talk to you a little bit today about the family that you have around you in your life and how important that is. And I just want to share some reflections that I had on this topic about just the general people that you have around you in your life, because I fully realize that everybody out there listening, you may or may not have physical bloodline related people that are good in your life or you're tight within your life. So you might not have a good mom or a dad or brother or sister or aunts or uncles or cousins or whatever around you in your life. And that's really unfortunate. That's very sad. I feel for you. I personally feel so blessed and so lucky that I've just been incredibly lucky in my life that I was born into a very tight, solid family. It means the world to me. And these are my people. And these people mean the world to me. And just like I was starting to say, like even if you are one of those people out there that doesn't have that tightness with your bloodline, I certainly think that it's more than possible, and I hope that you have some other people around you, though, that you feel that same way about, that you're that close and tight with, and you care that much about, and they care about you. You know, you certainly can have good friends in your life that treat you like family and hold you in the same regard, almost as if like you were a family member from another bloodline, that you might not have been born biologically in relation to one another, but for some reason you've collided in life and you've formed a bond and a union, and you have a very tight friendship or some sort of relationship with somebody out there. I mean, that's a fantastic thing. It's equally as fantastic, and can be in some cases more so fantastic, than somebody that just plainly shares a bloodline with you. I think it's more about the bond that you share than it is that the blood that you share with these people around you in life. But regardless of where that bond comes from, if it's biological or if it's just like an outside sort of bond that you formulated in your life outside of those confines, it doesn't matter. The message is still sort of the same here today. And I just wanted to talk with you a little bit, like I said, about my reflections on life, that at the end of the day, everything that we do and that we pursue and that we go out there to seek, it all seems to circle back to this very important fact that the most important things that we have in our lives are the people that we have around us. And that's a very profound thing to keep in the back of all of our minds as we go out there and operate and pursue things and do things and all this sort of stuff, because I think a lot of times we can find ourselves getting blinded, and you kind of get stuck in I think of it kind of like a trap where you start to prioritize other things over these relationships and these important people that you have in your life. And it's very sad, because you will find yourself, I guarantee you, whoever you are, you've either been tested at this point already, or you will be tested at some future point in time, but you will be tested in the sense that you will be faced with a situation where you're going to have to put other priorities ahead of those in your life that you might love or that you might care about. And it could be a financial pursuit. It could be a pursuit of like fame. It could be a pursuit of all sorts of different things, materialistic possessions, like all kinds of different stuff, right? That's just part of the human experience. Like that's part of, I think, what you're here to feel out and to do and to get some experience, like, just learning this lesson that I'm telling you. But what I've come to know, what I seek to convey to you, is just that at the end of that whole road, and you might go off and trek off and do your things where you're pursuing other tangential, materialistic, superficial, like whatever you want to say. You're going to go out there, you're going to seek those things, and you're going to go after them, and you're probably going to get some of them. You're going to have them, and then what's going to happen is you are going to get them, and you're going to bask in the glory of that victory for a short period of time. But then you're going to realize really fast that like just enjoying that victory by yourself and that thing and that whatever it is by your lonesome is very empty, and it's not as fulfilling as you would have thought or hoped it would have been. Or, I think in some ways you could think of it as like you had this like made up sense of belief that it was going to be something more than it was, or they're going to be more fulfilling than it was, or it was going to fill that void that it's like, well, no people in my life could ever, make me feel this way, that achieving this thing or having this thing or making this amount of money or doing this whatever could make me feel. But I guarantee you, you will get those things, you will achieve those things, you'll have those things, and you will see, I guarantee you, mark my words, you will see that will not fill your cup up at all, anywhere close to the amount of like what those true through and through good, loving people that you might have had in your life that you might have stepped over or alienated or distanced yourself from to go after and pursue these things, whatever they are. So that's all that I'm trying to say today, is that at the end of all these long roads that we go off of, it always circles back to family. It always circles back to loved ones. It always circles back to just love in general and people, most specifically, because like that is where we find love in this world. If you really stop and think about it, like you find love in people. And I do think it's kind of like an existential, or like a little bit of a it's a higher level concept that it's hard for us humans to really stop and think about and contemplate or whatever. But something that I do think we need is yes, you need this some sort of love that is like it's only furnishable through another person. And I don't know why that is exactly. I don't quite understand the whole, whatever. Like there's a big universe out there. There's a lot that goes on, but like I don't know what it is about that. But it's like, I guarantee you that like your money can never love you as much as like another person can. That nice car that you got in your garage can never love you as a person. That vacation you took last year that was amazing will never furnish you the love that those other people around you in your life can furnish to you. And it's just like, it's such a big lesson to learn, is that at the end of the day, like all that we have to show for ourselves in this world is like, a lot of it is the people that we surround ourselves and the love that we get from them, and the love that we attain, and the love that we experience. And it's such a big key piece to our existence here. And I think many of us walk our whole time on the earth here, and we might never really learn this lesson. But I'm just trying to convey this on and pass this on. And this is just my observation. You can take this or believe it, or file it, whatever, in the trash, like for all I care. But that's just what I found. At the end of the day, the most fulfilling things that have brought me joy and happiness and peace and fulfillment in my life have been the relationships that I've kept and maintained and developed with people in my world that are just immensely, to an nth degree, to like an incalculable, like there's no monetary value on this sort of thing. Like these are my people in my life that can do this for me. And this is like, thankfully, like I said, I'm very blessed and lucky that like a lot of this comes from my family, my tight knit, close blood relatives. Like I come from a very tight, cohesive family. I'm so lucky for that. I'm so thankful for that. I've also got amazing friends. I think I've got about 6 people in my life that are like just my diehard, right there by my side at any waking second sort of thing, no matter what happens in life. And I've got a lot of other friends in the fringe around that are good people that are there, and I appreciate. But just every single one of those provides some element of what I'm describing here. It provides some form of that love that I think we're all here to experience and to know and to enjoy. I think we're all honestly like entitled to this. Like I think every single one of us is like, you're just as able as anybody else to like go out there and have this. And I know in some regards it might take some effort to develop these sorts of relationships in your life, and it certainly takes work to to maintain relationships and do all this kind of stuff. And I think there's something to be said for unconditional love that comes along from a family. But I do believe that there's other bonds that we form with people, that you're going to have folks around you that even if they're not blood relatives, they're going to love you unconditionally, and they're just there for you. And those are very personal things. But it's just the biggest thing I want to share with you guys today. The biggest message I want to talk about is just family, even if it's not blood, like whoever it is that's your family or you consider your family, even if they're friends, like just realize like how valuable it is in your life. And like, don't lose sight of that. Don't place other materialistic things above and forward of those relationships and those people and that love, because I'm just telling you, at the end of the day, that's all you got. It's like the most important thing in your life. At the end of it all, no matter how high you climb, no matter what apex you achieve, no matter who you are in this world, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, all that matters is the people in your life and the love that you all share for one another. And that's the thing that's going to, I think, translate forward into, whatever your future holds, like after this life. I believe those are the most important things. That will matter. Your money here is not going to matter. Your house here is not going to matter. Your car here is not going to matter. Your job here, not going to matter. Okay? I hope that sinks in. I've reiterated it several times. I've probably said it in a few different fashions with a few different words, but I want this to stick with you. I hope this sinks into the depths of your core and to the bottom of your soul. And I hope you never forget this message as long as you live. So, all right, guys. Hope you're having a wonderful day. We'll talk again soon.